You know, this is the fourth record you've done with the band, which you mentioned that earlier. Mother's Milk, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic, right? Californication, and now By the Way. And there was a record in between, One Hot Minute, that you weren't on with the band. So there were two records, one without you and then two more with you, right? And on this one, I feel like the band is just coming up another level. You guys must feel it too, right?
Yeah, I feel strongly.
Yeah, and it just makes me wonder. The band's been together for 18 years, but they really haven't had consecutive. They haven't had a solid lineup on any more than two consecutive records. You know, so they haven't really had a chance to gel as a band with a foursome for a period of records beyond two records, right? So
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I definitely I don't really consider that record in my own personal viewing of the history of the band, just because I've never listened to it.
So you're talking about One Hot Minute?
Yeah. So I've never listened to it. I just, to me, there seems to be in a way there's a connection between Blood Sugar and Californication, but in another way we kind of started fresh. You know. I certainly had lost all the momentum as a musician that I had during the time of Blood Sugar. By the time we started writing Californication, I was starting from scratch as a guitar player. My technique was at an all-time low, and I was doing the best that I could do, and I'm real proud of it.
Yeah. So you feel like you've been playing catch-up in a way?
Well, not really. I mean, I feel like I just went another direction on Californication, rather than being inspired by stuff like Jimi Hendrix, which at the time I just didn't have that strength in my fingers to be able to sound like Jimi Hendrix at that time. Whereas on Blood Sugar, my fingers were very strong, and that's one of the main people that I was taking a lot of inspiration from. On Californication, I chose to focus on guitar players like Matthew Ashman from Bow Wow Wow and Bernard Sumner from Joy Division, because these people were within my technical means at that time, and to me they're equal to Jimi Hendrix, because I don't think of anybody as being like the great god of guitar playing. I think of all guitarists as being all good guitarists that I love, as I love them all equally,
Wow, well,
so I felt like I could do something just as beautiful with my playing, just by being influenced by people who had less technical means at their disposal. And in a lot of ways, I like what I did on Californication better, just because I was really doing the best that I could possibly do. Whereas on Blood Sugar, I think for what I was capable of at that time, I think I did the worst I could have done.